Well, Samsung is trying to prove that it can get back up after being knocked down. According to reports, the tech giant set an ambitious shipment goal of 60 million units for its upcoming Galaxy S8 smartphone. Joining us now to discuss these ambitions is Mark Spoonhour, editor-in-chief at Tom's Guide. Mark, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
So Samsung's sales goal for the S8, you could say it's pretty huge. Why and how is the company predicting such a big increase over the S7?
Sure. So this is from an anonymous source, but I do believe it because when you think about it, 60 million is high. It would be higher than the 48 million or so far for the Galaxy S7. But you have to remember that the Note 7 was taken off the market. So there's going to be a lot of people who are looking for the S8, people who already have the S7 and S6, but also people who are hoping for that pen functionality and got Fire instead.
Well, and so speaking to the fact that maybe their customer base is much stickier than people have been assuming, and that these folks that basically had to hand these recalled devices back in are going to stick with Samsung. How confident are you that Samsung can make a real comeback after that debacle, and are consumers ready to trust the company's phones?
Well, if you look at their stock, they've already rebounded pretty nicely from the Note 7 debacle, and there is a lot of pent-up demand for the S8, and on our own site, the Galaxy S8 rumor posts, almost everyone that they do does really well because people are just interested in this next flagship. They do have a lot of competition in the Android space, but when you take a look at the rumors, an all-new design that's going to be almost all screen up front, there might be a fingerprint sensor that's integrated into that screen, dual cameras on the back, and especially a new artificial assistant called Bixby, which is from the co-creators of Siri. That's where this next smartphone war is going to be fought, in artificial intelligence. So they have to demonstrate that they're going to be going up against not just against Apple with Siri, but also Google's Assistant and Alexa. So that's going to be really where I'm going to be looking at this next stage of the smartphone war.
Yeah, and you just mentioned Apple and you mentioned Siri, the 10th anniversary of the iPhone. What's your outlook for the rivalry there between Apple and Samsung, especially given the fact that many people expect quite the blitz in terms of the next Apple iPhone device?
Yeah, it's going to be hard to avoid the 10th anniversary iPhone. It's going to have all the buzz, let's say, come September or so. But that means Samsung's going to have a little bit of a head start because the S8 is expected to ship in mid-April. But when it comes out, though, the iPhone is expected to have a similar all-new redesign, wireless charging, which is something that Samsung has had for a while. So it may be an all-new design in terms of how they integrate augmented reality, because Tim Cook has said that's one of the areas of investment for them. So Apple needs to prove that they can out-innovate Samsung, and Samsung needs to prove that they can just make a smartphone that's also safe.
How about other growing competitors like Huawei of China? How will the increased competition from some of these other more upstart names impact the sector?
I think it is going to impact it, and that's partly why that 60 million number is a little bit aggressive, because they're competing against Huawei and Xiaomi when it comes not just to the high end, but also that mid-market where Samsung does not compete as well. You know, we saw a phone at CES called the Honor 6X that's going to sell for $249 with an all-metal design, dual cameras on the back, and it starts to make you wonder, well, should I be paying $700 or $800 for a new phone? And so that's just not overseas, that's here. It's on sale at Amazon today. So I think I think Samsung was probably going to feel more of that competition because that's in the Android sphere, and Apple, I think, is somewhat immune to that lower market pressure.
Well, Mark Spoonhour, thank you for breaking this down for us. Thank you for watching. I'm Morgan Brennan. Have a great day.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.